Hello there everyone, I am your German Snob and I'm here with the start of my new Let's Play. As you can see, the game we are going to play is Thief Gold. Alright, so let's get all the boring stuff out of the way right now. Thief is I would say rather prestigious series of stealth games that started with Thief 1 in 1998. See, it says so on down here. Whatever. So together with, I think it was the Metal Gear games, it's the first game series to really popularize the whole stealth genre. And even though it's rather old by now, I would still say that it's one of the games to do stealth better than most modern games that are coming out right now, which is one of the reasons why I appreciate it a lot. However, this Let's Play is going to be, for the most part, blind. I have played through the first few missions, but everything later on, I'm not familiar with. So this has all the potential of becoming a giant train wreck. Though let's hope it won't. And just, just start. Let's play Thief Gold. Okay, there is one thing more I kind of want to mention. I'm going to play this game's missions, and that's something we can choose for the beginning of every single mission, on Expert. Not because I'm particularly good at this game, but rather because this is a game that changes a lot by judging by which difficulty you play on. And in fact adds, as far as I know, some new areas if we are playing on the highest difficulty. So to really get the most content out of this game, we kind of have to play on Expert. And while we could skip training, there is a fun little Easter egg I want to show off there. So, let's get started.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man.
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone.
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
Indeed it was. Now, here we have the first tutorial mission, a Keeper's Training. It is a tutorial mission, which means it's very, very straightforward. And once again, I would skip it, but there is one thing about it I want to show off. So, let's do this.
Welcome, young Garrett. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive.
Whatever.
Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
So here we go. We don't really have to listen to him because I know how the controls of this game work. Talking about the controls of this game, I'm playing not quite the vanilla version of this game, but a slightly modded kind of version, employing a fan-made fix called...
Stay in the shadows.
Indeed.
Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
So, what I was trying to say, I'm using a fan patch called T-Fix, spelled T-F-I-X, basically the same way you pronounce it. So, which for once improves the controls of this game, which I want to be honest here, it desperately needs. And also improves some of the visuals. I mean, this game does show its age. It was made in 98, as I already said, and looks basically like a game of like the Nintendo 64 era, maybe slightly better.
I did not see you approach.
Yeah, you sure
Open
didn't.
this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen,
Whatever.
it will light up, indicating that it is selected.
So it looks like
Manipulate selected doors and other objects. Use them. Now you must
Game of
learn
this-
to
yeah.
move quietly. Some
Sure.
surfaces are louder than others when walked upon, and moving quickly makes more noise than moving slowly.
I know.
Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making.
Basically,
The instructor will have his back
yes.
turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being
Very
heard.
good. I did not hear you traverse the room.
yes. That's because I was being
Beyond
so
this
quiet.
door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
Sure. So the point here is, if we would have stepped on these metal floors, the guy would have heard us. Now we know that. Once again, most of it is pretty straightforward. And they, just added that tutorial sequence because they needed to dumb down the game for all these casuals and such. No, not really. Point is, at the time this game came out, stealth gameplay was actually
Now get your
fairly...
weapons.
Weapons?
Pick up objects.
Sure.
Select them by centering them on screen until they light up.
Yeah, now we
Then
did that.
use them. Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword and then your bow.
So we have a bow
You can
and a
always
sword.
Put them away again if you need your hands
Exactly.
free.
We can
Now
use
let's
the
go
bow
out
to
the
shoot
courtyard for
arrows.
some target practice.
Yeah, sure. It's absolutely amazing. Now, here we could
Ready your bow.
get on the shooting
Knock an
range
arrow and drop it
and
straight by
shoot some
holding down the
arrows
attack
and...
button. Make sure you draw all the way
You know,
back,
isn't that
or your
cool?
shot will
Hey,
not have full
bullseye.
power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack.
We did.
See
We
if
can
you
also
hit
use
one
the
of these
sword.
targets. Good shot. Keep practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword. Swing at the
And
target
here we
with
can
the
do
attack
that.
button. A quick tap will give you a slash.
You know what else? This is
Move the
also
tip
going
of
to
your
be
sword the
completely
left of the
useless.
target for a left
Seeing
slash,
how
and to the
in...
right of the target for a right
Yeah.
slash.
Seeing how an
Hold
expert
the attack
we
button down, then release for an overhead
can't...
swing.
Yeah.
Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy.
Seeing how an
Good job.
expert
You're ready
we
for a
are
live
not
opponent.
allowed to kill anyone
Practice against your
anyway.
partner. Enter the cobbled
And I think
sparring
here we
area.
needed... I think here we need a key. Now that I'm thinking of it. Ah, damn, where was it? Now, this whole area is optional, but there is a Easter egg here I want to show off, and so I am going to show it off. Wait a moment. It wasn't lying on this table now, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. So apparently we first have to do this. So, training match, getting acquainted with controls. It's fascinating. Really. But now, how about that key?
Well done. Keep sparring if you wish. When
No,
you're
I
done,
don't.
Leave the sparring area. That's
Oh,
enough
there it
sparring
is.
for today. Please
So
walk
now that
over
we
to
have
the
that
table.
thing,
Would you care for some refreshment before we move on?
we can go
Young
in
Gary?
here again.
Please
Get away
pick
from
up
him.
all of
We
the
are
items on this table.
We are on time limit here, and I'm so sorry for talking over the tutorial, but it really just states the obvious. So, Hey, key, door. Open. And this is basically the whole reason I'm even going through that tutorial stuff, even though it's pretty damn boring. There's this little room here which serves as an Easter egg. Hey, it's a basketball court. A fairly cheap looking one, but it's a basketball court nonetheless. Hey, we can even, throw a few balls. And, No, I think we can get it in there. Let me try. Ha! That worked, didn't it? Yes, I think so. That, however, is not the most important part of this room. There's also this scroll there. What is on this scroll? Codes from the Dark Team during the development of Thief the Dog project. You can read it if you want to. Actually, some of these are kind of funny, taken out of context. Actually, they really are. So, find them to be fairly enjoyable, you can stop the video and read them if you want to. I'm not going to read them out loud, because that would just waste our all time. There is a Let's Player I sometimes watch, Fan Phoenix, who makes a point of reading all... he mostly does Thief and Thief mods. Never mind, called Fan Phoenix, who makes a point of reading out loud all the documents he finds. Which I appreciate, but I think that would get old very fast. So yeah, so much about that thing. Bad roll, it's pretty funny, I guess. And yeah, so let's go out again. The rest of this should be done in almost no time. We can just kind of rush through here. So, you know, get in here. And now the game doesn't want me to... Man. Wait a moment. Because apparently I can't get rid of this thing now. Well, that sucks. See ya in a minute. And here we are again. So yeah, key. There's also these items which serve as healing items. It's fairly basic here.
Cycle through your inventory to see the objects you have in your pockets. Once an object is
now we
displayed,
can go on.
You may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed.
Yes,
the next test
I
is
will.
waiting on the other side of the metal
And
door.
I think we can just kind of rush through the rest of the mission, as I already said, and get to the actual first real mission. I mean, that was all kinda useless, really. So here we are.
You will learn new movement skills.
Oh hell yeah!
First, climb the rope by jumping onto it. Move while looking up or down to climb up or down the rope.
Yes,
Turn to
yes,
change your
yes.
facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope.
Anything
Now
down
climb
there?
the rope to get to the top of the platform. Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream. Good jump. This
Okay.
obstacle is easy to climb if you know how.
Well-
First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up. Good
Sure.
job. I'm most pleased with your
The jumping in
progress.
this game is,
You have passed the last test.
in spite of
If you wish, you
the
may stay to
patches
practice
I
your
have
climbing
done
and jumping, or
on
swimming,
it, still
ducking,
kinda awkward.
leaning, or crawling.
But
When
that
you
of
are
course
finished
is not that
retreat,
bad.
You may return to your chambers by going through that
And I
red door.
found other uses for those
Sure.
skills.
And we are done with that mission. Isn't that fantastic? Oh hell yeah, did I complete that mission. So continue and get to the first real one.
I have a simple job planned for this evening. Break into a guarded mansion, steal another fat nobleman's priceless trinket, and leave quietly. Lord Bafford is out of town, and rumor has it that the captain of his house guard went with him as a bodyguard. The time is ripe for a bit of burglary. The front gate of Lord Bafford's manor is always guarded, and the main street is far too exposed. But Cuddy tells me there's a better way in, around to the side, more out of the way. One guard, and likely no witnesses to complicate matters. The piece Cuddy wants is a scepter, silver, jewels, the usual adornments. It should command a high price. Bafford, like most of his kind, probably keeps his treasures on the top floor of the place, close to his heart, and far from his servants. No point in waiting. I have Cuddy's old sketches of the place, and everyone who's going to be asleep inside already is.
It's time to begin.
Now, our first mission is fairly straightforward. Break into a nobleman's mansion, get a scepter that is in there, steal some other stuff, 700, yeah, 700 loot worth of 700, I suppose, gold or something, and well, the rest is basically don't kill anyone. That's how it's going to be in most missions on Expert, and then get out again. Once again, fairly basic, fairly straightforward, but yet, in my opinion, a very good introduction to this game's gameplay. Here we could buy some stuff that is for sale. Okay, arrows we won't need, because we can't use them anyway, seeing how we're not supposed to kill anyone. Healing potions we don't need, seeing how we are supposed to not get into an actual fight anyway. Water arrows are actually decently useful. So that means what they do is put out torches. This of course is somewhat situational, seeing how not all light sources in this game are torches. Some are actually electric lights or gas lights or something. Point is, they don't work on every kind of light source, but when they do, they can be kind of useful. Yet I do think that the 8 ones that we have are good enough for us. So let's just get to play the actual mission. And here we are, outside of the mansion. There are also these guards there. We are not supposed to be seen by them. Hey, look at them.
I'm going to the bear pits tomorrow. You want to come with? Couldn't pay me enough. What? You soft belly. The bears have got these new muzzles with underslung cheek spikes. Last time I was there, there was a real eye gouging. Nah. It makes me sick. When I was a kid, surprised you're even in this job. Ooh, the blood, it just turns my poor tummy.
We could listen to them if we wanted to.
You want blood? You should have been there years ago.
And some of the dialogues are pretty
The
entertaining.
bears then, they were something to see. Those bears, they didn't need no cheek spikes and razor collars and paw hooks. And all
But I don't think we really need to. It's not that interesting what they have to tell us, or rather what they have to say. So, as already mentioned in the briefing, we can't enter through the front door. But there is a way around. Also, there are some streets we could explore if we wanted to, and these windows look like you could get in there, but I don't think you're able to. So, you know, that doesn't really matter. And what we have to do is to find our way around. By which I mean around here, and we are in the dark right now, aren't we? Yes, we are. And I'm pretty sure I know that there is a guard patrolling this route. So I better be careful. Actually gonna make a save here. One day I'm going to figure out what the quick save button for this game is, but right now I'm not too sure of that. One thing to remember about this game is that some places don't quite look as dark as the game thinks they are, or as the game counts them as. I think you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, here we are. Here we are. There's this thing, it's for God knows what. And there is, of course, the sewers, at least I think so. And while we could very well go down there, and I've actually never been down there, you know, the game's levels are in fact kinda open-ended. I mean, they're not like... You know, there's always a specific route you are supposed to take, but there is a rather large focus on exploration. And while not all of them are like... Yeah, that went well. While not all of them are like this...
How's it going?
Hey, look at that guard. Probably don't want to get in his way. So that means we're going after him. Just, you know, kind of crouched and then we can use what we have here now. That's the blackjack.
Only one guard.
Oh, there's another
Still would be
one.
Nice to get the drop on him.
Okay, so better hide here. We are right now in the complete... No, we are not anymore. But right now we are in the dark. So that means he's not going to see us, except if he would have... What he didn't ran directly into us. He almost ran directly into us, but not quite. So yeah, up here though there's only this drunk guy here. And he won't be seeing us. We can just kind of get by him easily. And we could have got here through the sewers, but there's really no danger to getting here. Now that guy here, does he have some sort of key? Yes, he does. That we can just kind of snatch away from him.
Could possibly be
What's
any
with the
more.
crazy getup?
Whatever. Very few games actually allowed to do that as far as I know. I mean, in most games you have to at least knock them unconsciously before you can take any sort of loot from them, but not in this game. Here you can actually just sneak up on them and then get their loot. So here we are in the well. So basically the mansion's water supply. And if I remember correctly, we are supposed to go that way. There's also that optional little cave in here that I wouldn't say is easily missable, but some people would probably just kind of ignore it, being the ignorant people that they are, and I am not one of these people. No, I'm not. So you can go down here, and then we're here, in this here little cave. There are also spiders here. Yeah, right. So, as I said, also spiders here. These spiders, I'd probably do better to just shoot from here where they can't reach me. One dead. This is the only use the broadhead arrows are going to have in this mission for me. Ah, stop missing them. 2 dead. 3 dead. And the last one dead. Fantastic. Now we can get out and grab ourselves what is in that treasure chest.
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself.
Yes, you might. For example, that gold ring. It's worth 100 gold coins. And that means we have 1/7 of the loot we're required to find in this level. And you know, it's a beginning. You see? But now we can go on and just kinda, you know, enter the mansion. And as you have heard, Garrett sometimes comments on things in this game. You know, what he basically is kind of like a film noir detective, only on the opposite side of the law. At least that's kind of what he sounds like. You know, your typical Humphrey Bogart kind of like film noir protagonist. And here we are. And I sincerely hope that's not where we came from. No, it's not. We are in the mansion now. Hey, guess what these barrels do? And if you can't guess, well, I'm going to show you. Though I suppose you can, because really, what would barrels do that have scars on them? Wait, no. Am I wrong about this? I seem to be. For some reason I thought these would explode. Well, shows what I remember. Never mind then. Oh god, that was embarrassing. So now we are inside the mansion. In the mansion's basement, to be precise. And then we are in here. I think this floor is slightly louder than the other one. And there's guards in here.
No, then you catch them before they get inside, you taffer.
Oh!
And if you wonder what that guard just called his colleague, that was a taffer, which seems to be the go-to insult in this game. So basically calling someone a taffer in this game is like in real life calling someone a wanker. Yeah. So here we are. It's the mansion's basement, there are guards patrolling here. Like that bozo. We can knock him out, and he hopefully won't see us. Though I really don't think he will. Hey, you! Hey, good night. And so much about him. Now this game's setting, as you might have noticed, is kind of somewhere in the middle between medieval and Victorian. It has some very obvious steampunk influences in there, which once again are fairly notable. So that you are going to see lots of, you know, gears and stuff. So basically what I'm going to say, it is a slightly more mechanized medieval kind of place. And well, as far as I'm concerned, it's a very unique kind of setting. There are not really all that many games that go on about that whole steampunk kind of thing. Another game that followed kind of in the vein of Thief and only came out last year was Dishonored, which was not quite as good as these games are. I mean, it started off really well but got worse over time and stuff. Also in here there's another guard. Gotta be careful to not be seen by him, wherever he might be. Also there is a metal floor, just to show, or rather to prove if we are really stupid enough to go on there, but we are not. So we won't. But there's also a guard here, and we don't want to be seen by him. You know? Is it dark enough here to be invisible for him? I don't know. No, thing is, I kind of want to further explore this basement. Okay, there's definitely one guard here. Don't think he's going to be a danger to us. And we have to go there eventually, but I think right now, not really. And here we are. And is there a guy? No, I don't think so. Also, as you can see, there's another room on the other side of that wall. You might think we would be able to get there, but we are in fact not from here. We have to go to, like, the ground floor first, before we can get into that room. There's no passage here. That's all I was trying to say. So where we have to go is obviously there. Just want to show the place, but I don't think there's anything else. As far as I know, there's no like loot down here. But I wanted to make sure. I've, after all, only played this mission once. But it is, as I said, a fairly good mission. It shows pretty well what this whole game is all about. And you? Good night, boy. And while it might not help all that much, at least we can carry his body in here to the shadow. Yeah. So what is in that chest? Flash bombs. They are basically exactly what you'd expect they are. They create a flash and help us make our getaways. We're going to see if we are going to need them. The first time I played this mission, I didn't. But let's see about that. So we go up to the actual mansion, like the actual living area. And that's where we're gonna go. If we don't fall down. By which I mean if I don't fall down, because you know what, I should probably turn down the mouse sensitivity a bit. It is slightly too high. And I imagine it looks just as bad to you as it does to me. Which should not really be the point. But never mind. Oh god, it's really... Yeah, going to see to that after I end this video, which I am, spoiler, going to do just in a few minutes once we are up here. Yep. So as you all know, I am your German snob. This is Let's Play a Vase. Well, that's completely useless, isn't it? I am your German snob. This is Let's Play Thief Gold. Oh, did I actually mention that? The gold version has a few additional missions. That's something that could be considered important by some people. Never mind, I am your German snob, this is Let's Play Thief Gold, and I'm going to be seeing you again tomorrow. And until then, have a wonderful evening and goodbye.